well said. Ask your customer to be the part of a solution and don't view them as a part of a problem. So today we are going to interact with a person who always focuses more on problem solving rather than discussing more about the problems. He believes that happy customers require happy experiences and getting things done at the right time, as it not only adds the value but ultimately happy experiences.
So let me tell you a brief about him that he spent 15 plus years of his career in software development into different technologies, and recently he has published a book called Atit Purani. His book is a reflection of what he has learned in past experiences. So Seema, let us welcome Mr. Atit Purani, a founder and CTO of Research Technologies, and we'll ask a couple of questions about how he inspired to write a book on a project delivery.
When I started off my career 15 years back, after completing my diploma in software engineering, I didn't take the step back and move forward to start my career as a faculty in many of the computer institutes here in Ahmedabad. Mine was a clean slate like a fresher and was looking for a learning experience everywhere. The day has come when I got an opportunity to give an interview in one of the leading software company, and that changed my complete vision. I was fascinated by the glass cabin of my interviewer wearing a white shirt and a khaki trouser. His knowledge in database gave me the boost to go ahead. That day, I dreamt of having my own glass cabin, and my conviction led me to pursue my master's in information technology, and later on I spent almost 8 years of my life as a hardcore developer. My passion did not stop me there, nor I gave up, and ultimately it took me to my dream, which is birth of space or technologies. Don't scare from hurdles, just move on. Thank you Kunal and Seema for inviting me to this video series. I'm really glad that you have finally invited me to this video series when we started 2 months back. And it's good that you guys are getting a very good response for this video series, and I hope that you guys will spare me this time and ask me tough questions. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Not this time at least.
So sir, I'll start with a very easy question, that what is the main reason behind publishing a book?
And what was the thought behind that?
Oh wow. So let me go back to my past. When I consider my 15 years of journey into software industry, I thought that sales and marketing is really going to be a tough job. But being a developer myself for more than 8 years, and in the particular domain of entrepreneurship for almost 6 years, I really think that software delivery is the critical part. Because if you consider a software domain, you need to have a collaboration with all the stakeholders of software, from client, from developers, from project managers, team leaders, to QA, to client, and not to forget the management. So software delivery is almost very tough when you need to satisfy all these people in the defined scope, in the agreed price, in the as expectation which was set by the client, by the management, by your seniors. So your software delivery is the core when it comes to software.
So why project delivery is important?
Okay, so as I said, that delivery is the most critical part of software domain, and it is ultimately the result which is required to be presented as an accomplishment for developers, accomplishment for vendor who are developing, and most importantly, it is an accomplishment for a client whose needs the vendor is satisfied through the development. So software delivery is the core and is the ultimate part of any software project.
Why project deliveries fails? What are the topmost reasons you would like to share?
Okay, so there are a lot of reasons actually behind the software delivery failure. It depends on lack of understanding, it depends on lack of budget, it depends on poor communication from the project manager as well as client side. It also depends on methodologies which the developers are using. It also depends on management support. Many times it happens that management sometimes, in terms of budget or timings, so lack of timings. So all those reasons combined create a problem to deliver a software. So basically, software delivery fails due to variety of all these reasons. It's a combination of it.
Okay.
You cannot say that one particular reason is the right reason. It is a combination of all this.
Okay. It's like combo and
Yeah, absolutely.
so is it also related to rules and
Absolutely. So you need to follow whether you are living a life, whether you are acting, or whether you are doing any other profession, including software delivery. You need to have all those rules in your life because without rules, you are not going to follow.
okay.
Oh, rules. So what are the rules all about?
So rules are nothing but a crux of my decade-long experience into software delivery. I have outlined 13 rules for software delivery, which is a combination of all my past experience dealing in offshore clients. See, fundamentally, rules are nothing but they are the ground rules which I follow all through my career. For example, if you need to develop a building, you need a strong base. Without the base, you cannot have the structure in place for the tall building. So rules are nothing, but they are the fundamentals which is required for any software delivery.
So would you like to share one of your favorite rule?
Yes, all rules are my favorite, but I can remember one rule which is dividing a project into parts. See, whenever we are dealing with any large project or a small project, you just need to divide the project into phases, which we normally call milestones.
Okay.
So milestones are nothing but the developer and the client are very much clear that during this period they need to deliver these things. So from the client perspective, client is exactly clear what he is going to get and developer is exactly clear what he is going to deliver. So yes, dividing projects into parts is a very important rule. And one more rule I would like to mention is that in the end, when the project is near to finish, you need to have a hyper communication with the client. Why? See, for example, whenever any ship is going to be, near the shore, the passengers are very excited. When we will reach. Similarly, when the project is near to finish, we have to be hyper communicate with the client because clients' expectation will rocket high. So being a developer and being in the seat of a driver, you need to make sure that you communicate with the client very frequently. You make sure that everything is in track, everything is as per schedule. So that from the client perspective, you will feel relaxed and safe.
Okay, that to be on a daily basis communication with
Absolutely. Daily basis communication is also good, or you can have weekly communication 2 or 3 times with the client based on your milestones or something like that.
Okay, to update the client about the ongoing project.
Absolutely. So the developer and client both are on the same page.
Okay.
So it's a very well real life example you have shared about rules, sir. So how these rules helps project manager to achieve a delivery of excellence?
So project delivery is nothing but being in the role of project manager. You need to make your hands dirty. As I said that everyone who is in the role of project managers, they need to play the role of an anchor of a ship, right? So being an anchor, they need to make sure that every stakeholder in the software delivery domain are happy.
So you said happy. So getting delivered creates a happier world in work and life. So do you think that these rules and project delivery it's related to happiness?
So yes, of course, you need to actually play the game instead of being a spectator. If you play the game, you know the rules, and if you know the rules, you can play it better, right? So that ultimately gives you happiness. Software delivery or getting delivered is a crux which helps everyone to be happy. Right? Happiness is the ultimate thing which everyone wants from project managers, from management, from developers, and not to forget the client. I hope I'm trying to get near to your expected answer.
So it's like as the mention is that in the book that happy faces and it's like happy customers all around.
So do you think that I am happy also right now?
I think you are happy.
So your thoughts and experiences really amazed us and give us a lot of clarity. So I would like to highly recommend our viewers, executives and project managers to read the book called Atit Purani. So thank you Mr. Atit Purani to be on this show, and thank you guys for watching us, and it was really a very fruitful discussion we had with Mr. Purani on all about the project delivery. So you just need to apply 30 rules to get the success out of it today.
So wait, Seema, we have last question.
Okay.
So it's a wonderful conversation, and you really shared a real life examples which gets a very ease for the learners. So I have one question that I am build. So this is all about software development and delivery. Are you also planning any move on social media or digital marketing?
Wait. So let me share very few basic things. You can wait for one of my new book, which is going to be there in the market in next 2 to 3 months, which is again on social media, and I cannot share more details about it, but you just guys need to wait for it.
So I am very excited about social media rules and the experiences you are going to share.
Thank
So
you.
guys, we need to just wait and watch.
So before we conclude, I would like to thank Runal and Seema for inviting me to this video series, and to both the cameramen Mehul and Nirav for making this video
Thank you.
good memory for me. Thank you, and I hope to see you both soon. Thank you.
सर ये ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे और so my project
In software delivery domain projects.
Happy. So get it delivered. That is okay. Doctor away. Doctor is good. Can be done.
ठीक है वो चलेगा.
नहीं वो मैं लास्ट में बोलूँगा. Thank you. તમે લોકો મને થેન્ક્સ કરો ને કે
ठीक है, वो last.
I try to answer all those questions as I believe that whatever the problem you are solve.
ठीक है, चलो
I will
मैं-
combine that. भाई હવે લાસ્ટ જ છે લાસ્ટ
मेरा ले लो. Your thoughts and experiences.